Welcome to the Working Fans Wrestling Show, where we will be showing you WWE 2K23 and be talking over it. I am producer Joe, here with the man called Dave, and this is going to be a little looser. It's not going to quite be commentary,
right?
But we might call some matches.
Yeah. I see John Cena here.
So the idea behind this was WWE 2K23 came out this week, and I had originally wanted to do a video the day it came out, kind of showing you a couple features from the game. I broadcast something. I don't know where that broadcast went, and I wanted to still capitalize on like the hotness of this game being out. So we're going through here, and I'm giving you a look at the weekly towers. This is where it's a card game within WWE. They give you a pack, you open it, you have superstars to pick from. I chose Asuka from this match. You can see for each choice, there's 5 matches you have to win to get the prize in that area. So we're starting out with a weekly towers match, Asuka versus Nikita Lyons.
Asuka, Nikita Lyons, okay.
Now, Dave, right off the bat, you're not a big video game guy, but what do you think of the graphics in this game? It's a little pixelated because I had to stretch the screen to fit what we're looking at, but you still get an idea. It looks very good.
Yeah, I like what we're seeing here. I don't want to say I like it too much here. The lovely ladies.
I know, they got all of Nikita Lyons' ass in that animation.
They certainly did. And Asuka. Yeah, it's just, how does this play? I mean, like, for you, like, how's the handling of this?
It plays more or less like last year's game.
Okay.
But there are some things that are a little different. Like when you go to reverse moves, it's a little harder this year. The escaping from a pin is different. But for overall gameplay and look, I'd say graphics, they might have even stepped it up a bit. Gameplay is just about where it was last year. Big back elbow from Asuka there.
I see that we're playing on the NXT show here, right? What are some of the other available shows? Obviously, you're going to have Raw, SmackDown.
Well, we're going to get to that later because what we plan on...
the gun here.
Yeah, what we plan on doing is there's going to be a GM mode, and we're going to take you week to week through our GM mode, and you're going to see how the story progresses. So we will have shorter episodes where I set up the week in GM mode, and then we'll be calling a longer episode where the actual week will get played out. But the brands you can use in GM mode, which we will see in the video later, it's Raw, SmackDown, NXT 2.0, and WCW.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, WCW is in the mix. In these weekly towers, you don't necessarily pick your arena. It's kind of like random picked for you.
Right. So WCW, so I guess we can get into some of the characters on this game. I'm guessing there is a Bill Goldberg.
There is, yeah, he is in the Legends pick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there are some legends in this game. The roster is incredible. Now that I'm looking at this screen, I wish it was in a little more high def, but when you're putting out content on YouTube, it cannot always be perfect. We really wanted to give you the essence of the game, and it's going to be weekly content.
And this music's from YouTube too, right?
Oh, yeah. Copyright free, baby.
That's right. Don't get at us. Interesting. Now, I'm an Asuka fan as far as like the ladies wrestlers go. She would be one that I would say is up the list here. I don't know if I'm a huge Nikita Lyons fan.
Yeah, she hasn't really showed us as much in the ring for us to get behind her. Asuka, she's been in WWE for a while, and I'm really digging the new look that she's had as of late.
Yes. I actually just saw a thing as we're recording this that the rumor is that her, no, it's not. Her and Bianca are wrestling, but Ripley and Charlotte, the other women's title match, is going to main event WrestleMania night 1.
Wow, that's big. We're about like 2.5 weeks out of WrestleMania now. Yes. So some of those big announcements for what's going to be going on the card will be coming out.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we can do whatever we want here. We'll get to the game, but who are you picking? All right, we're going to probably do this on our show at some point. Cody or Roman, who are you picking?
I mean, you really can't do anything other than Cody, but think if Roman got that win, that would put him over as so much more hated of a heel.
Yeah.
I gotta go Cody because if they do choose Roman, I will love it, but it's not like the obvious pick going in.
Right. I've been going back and forth. I was originally all Cody, but I keep thinking with this possible 1,000-day thing, they might want Roman to go 1,000 days, and maybe Cody takes it off him at one of the next events.
Yeah, that is one thing we don't have as much anymore are those long title reigns.
Right.
And new fans might not get behind it because, as we've seen doing YouTube, attention spans are short as of late. And,
Absolutely.
you know, I don't know if those long
Oscar won.
title reigns, yeah, that was a tables match there. I don't know if those long title reigns mean as much anymore, but, I mean, with what Roman's doing, and it's a different way of portraying Samoans in WWF, like, this could be major. Andy's been on such a run.
Working Fans Podcast. So
Yeah, that's right. So in faction mode, you can name your faction. So my faction is named the Working Fans Podcast.
damn right.
May or may not be because I knew I was going to be trying to do these streams. Like, I wanted so much for that initial stream to work that night because I got it 3 days early. So I was hoping for that 3-day jump on all the videos. But as you are hearing this, it is St. Patrick's Day. The game is out for everybody. And we're still going to be early in the video dropping, but not quite as early as I wanted. But this is also a place where, I mean, we can really talk whatever we want. It's
Right.
just an extension of the Working Fans
I
Podcast.
see Roxanne Perez is on here as well.
Oh, yeah. Now, we're getting out of the weekly towers here, and we are going to be going over to my GM mode. Because that was kind of the idea behind this is going to be a weekly show where we're going to have a shorter episode setting up the week and then a long episode with the week. Now, I cut this down, but you've got a long explanation. That video played longer. It had Xavier Woods. It had Tyler Breeze come out. This is the screen. You can pick from your choice of GMs here.
Oh, Tyler Breeze would be a... Oh, okay.
You can even pick a custom superstar. I went with Mick Foley.
Mick Foley, yeah.
And I had to go WCW. I wanted to show you all the different brands we have here.
Okay.
And you can add up to 4 shows to compete against. So I figured why not challenge myself, put myself up against 3 other competitors.
Yes. And who did you pick for the last one? I'm going to say that. Let's say Xavier.
Came up a little quick on you there.
I did. You weren't wasting time.
We're actually going to go through the draft in this episode as well. These are all your game options.
Oh, you have
here.
a budget here. You have like a straight up. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that comes into play on episode 2 or 3.
Is this the first time they've done a draft budget type thing, or has this been on prior?
No, they've had it on prior games. You'll see how it plays in here. So, first week of the season, starting off with the draft rules. Who does WCW pick first? Had to go with John
I see.
Cena.
Okay.
You know, then everybody gets a chance to pick somebody,
okay.
then we just go through it. So if you see on the left, you got the draft order, but if you look to the right, you've got everybody that I've drafted so far. So it'll show you who you've picked.
Yeah, Charlotte Flair.
On the bottom left, you got recommendations or who are the best to pick. I was a little mad Raw got Logan Paul.
I saw somebody pick Madcap already, it looked like.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
I want to say that was NXT's, second round pick.
I don't want to call a mistake here, but you still got guys like Randy Orton in here and Braun Strowman, Bailey. Like,
Who knows? Maybe they're taking into account the budget.
Bobby Lashley, yeah.
I don't take into account the budget when I'm drafting, at least. I try and get the best stars I want.
Right in the beginning, especially. That could be a factor down the road.
And there comes a point in the draft where you can draft up until a point, and then you can stop the draft and continue on to save some budget, because there's going to be other things that factor into your budget for a show. We'll get to those when they come up, though. Cena, Flair, Belair, Benjamin.
Who do you pick here?
So many names.
Gargano? Did you pick Gargano?
Keeping you on the edge of your seat here with this one.
No, you didn't. Johnny, see you later. Alba Fire. Is it you? No. Dewdrop, I see. We don't have...
I think what I was doing at that point is you kind of want to have a mix of heels and faces.
Okay, yep.
And then you want to take into account different styles. Because when you get into matchmaking, you'll have different kinds of fighters in there.
Right, you didn't have a...
I didn't...
Well, I was going to say, you have plenty of ladies.
Yeah.
You got Belair, you got Charlotte Flair. Okay. I think you need some dudes now at this point.
Had to go with that heel female.
Who else is left for the dudes here? Randy Orton would be a big name. Can't believe no one's picked Orton yet. Well, it's computers, I guess so. Trying to think, did Bobby Lashley get picked? I thought I saw him out here somewhere.
Oh, that is a good question. I don't know yet.
Although Shelton Benjamin looks unbelievably jacked, so maybe I just mistaked Benjamin for Lashley. Ciampa. Okay, my man got Ciampa. He's a big Ciampa fan in real life, so I know that. So, I mean, if we're just talking shooting shit here too, Ciampa's run as a bad guy heel in NXT, one of the best runs in wrestling.
Yeah, that's one thing I wish they'd be able to bring back is that him versus Gargano rivalry. Because that was one of the best storylines WWE did within the Vince time frame that didn't get screwed up by Vince.
Right.
Now, it's weird because every time I play GM mode, you get the whole roster, and I'll draft who I draft. But then I always feel like I could have done a better draft. Like, you can't really complain with Cena, Flair, Belair at the top. Ripley, Dewdrop maybe felt a little bit like reaching. I like Benjamin, Ciampa, and MVP, so I wanted to include them in there.
VP almost looking like Damian Priest a little bit there.
Yes, and I wanted to pick, who would it be fun to call a match for if we chose to?
Sikoa. Oh, good choice. Gotta have Solo.
Now this first episode's the draft.
So this one's a little more evolved.
Yeah, the regular episodes, like I said, you'll be seeing shorter episodes where I put the match card together for the week, and I might even include an extra match. And then the longer episode for the week will be the actual week playing out.
Right.
I will play probably the opening and the closing matches of my cards, but I will play the full match for the whole card.
Gotcha.
So our longer episodes are going to come in at an hour, but, stay with us through it. It's going to be fun. As we get more used to doing this, it'll be a little more free-flowing, a little more fun. We just wanted to get this episode out today. It's been fun for us to be able to have a YouTube channel and be able to do different wrestling-related stuff. It led to a point where we could do commentary, and I think anytime we do commentary, we're super serious. So if we ever wanted to take a chance and get a little more Stranglemania with our commentary, have fun, just get those reps in, but have it be more of an exhibition. That's what you'll be seeing here. We'll have wrestling talk. There you go. That's the roster at the top. And that's what I'm saying. I ended my draft, so they're going on to draft some more people. When we go on in a minute, you'll be able to see how you can round your roster out after doing the draft. The draft isn't the only place you can get talent.
You know what's kind of nice to see as a guy who hasn't played this in a long time? How many actual women wrestlers there are now?
Oh, there's a lot, and it seems like they add more each year.
Right. Like it used to be 4 or 5 divas. That's what you would get.
Yeah, there you see the SmackDown team.
So we're waiting on the Raw team here.
Raw going on to do a little more downloading.
Amanda Aziz.
Raw and NXT. NXT ends their draft. You see what I mean? Sometimes the rosters don't look as impressive, but as you'll see, it depends on what kind of show you can put on. So there are the top rosters for each of our brands.
Raw did well. I mean, you got Rousey, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton. That's not a bad one there.
SmackDown doesn't look bad either. Maybe it's NXT that only suffers a little bit, but I mean, still, you got Balor, Nakamura. So they've added the Hall of Fame in this. Now when you go through season mode, there are trophies you can earn that get you career achievements, and those lead to a place in the Hall of Fame. This is definitely something they're doing different than past years in GM mode. So between weeks, you get messages from like Triple H or other GMs. Sometimes you'll get messages from talent requesting a certain match or a certain type of match.
So you don't have much to do in this. You just kind of wait and watch the story play out here a little bit.
Yeah, this is just, those are introductory messages. So right here, you get to choose your champions, men's and women's.
Oh, you choose?
Yeah, you get to choose who your initial champion is. Had to put it on Cena.
Of course, of course.
This was a little tougher. I think I was taking a minute to debate. But, I mean, went with Charlotte.
Yeah.
So this is the main screen. This is where you book your whole show. And I know that they want your opener and your main event to be your two biggest matches. So, you know, I started with the main event here.
Who'd you pick? I went solo. MVP. Okay.
Yeah, because no, I didn't even save it there. So as you choose it, so when you pick your first opponent, you pick your second one, it's going to give you kind of an outline on the border. Who is the best choice to pick? So you see MVP's box was glowing. That's who I should have picked.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see Cena versus Ciampa.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
And then the opener here, Charlotte Flair. Who's a good person for her to go up against?
Yeah, Belair would be good. What did you pick?
Now we got the two middle matches. These matches, this is where your energy is going to dip down a little bit on the show. So not saying you got to get in the worst match, but it's going to be a little less energized than the opener or the closer. And this kind of made itself here. You see the two heels, MVP and Sikoa. And then when I saw that matchup, I'm like, ooh, that's a good team.
I would have went with MVP and Benjamin as a team. Just because of the Hurt Business days.
I should have thought of that. So you go over here, you go over to manage roster. This is the legend section.
Wow. You got Bruno, Andre.